Hey y'all, Danielle here. Today is the start of a new vlog. It is November 16th. I want to be better at telling y'all the date when I record stuff because Michelle commented on my last vlog saying, "Oh, what a great week of stitching," and I was like, "Week? Yeah, sure, week." I wish that was a week of stitching. But I also realized that unless you go back and look and see how long my last vlog was, there's really no sense of, no sense of time. So hopefully let me try to be better at giving the dates when I record. So like I said, November 16th, first clip of the new vlog. I have not worked on the deer since I showed it in the last clip of the last vlog. I took a night off stitching, which just felt really good. I just relaxed and I watched Dancing with the Stars, and then I watched a documentary, and then I went to bed, and it felt good to take kind of deliberately take a night off. And then I decided for tonight that I was gonna take a little break. I still have the deer sitting next to me. I haven't fully committed on stepping away from it yet, but I just decided I needed a little bit of a break, and then I'll decide if I want to go back to the deer to finish off the face or if I want to move on to different Christmas stitching. So this piece is, I call it Codify Row Now, but it is a portion of the Pro-Choice Sal by the Notorious Needle, and I started this back in June on the day that the Dobbs decision came down, overruling Roe versus Wade. And so let me show you, this is the whole Sal. And as much as I would love to stitch the whole Sal, it's just a little too big for me to take on. So what I'm doing is I'm stitching where it says Codify Row Now. I stitched that, but I stacked it instead of making it long. And then I took, on the side that you can't see right now, it says I will not go quietly back to 1950. And then what I just started on tonight says against abortion, don't have one. And I think that that's gonna be it. I had debated, do I put a border around this thing? I took those little boxes that are between the quotes and the uterus, and I put them between the sayings. So right now, it looks like a triptych. And I don't think I'm gonna put a border on it. Frankly, I don't know if I have room for a border. I just threw this piece of fabric on the Q-snap and went for it. So we'll see. Maybe when I'm done with the quote, then I will decide if I want to put a border on it or not. One thought I had was to take those corners and put the corners in, and since that's just a straight border between the corners, nothing to modify, because it's just a straight border, but we'll see. I kind of just want it done. I had worked on it for about 10 days at the end of June / beginning of July, and then just kind of burned out on it. These letters aren't my favorite to stitch. I really enjoyed stitching the Codify Row Now part, but these letters, I think because they don't look like anything until you do the back stitch, just aren't my favorite. They don't make a lot of sense in my brain. And knowing that that's all I had left, I just couldn't do more of those letters. But it is the whip that I have that's closest to a finish, so I just decided that I would pull this out now to get it done. Should hopefully get it done. It's probably in the vicinity of 300, I know I mathed it at one point, but I can't remember. But it's just a few hundred stitches plus back stitch, so it shouldn't be that bad. And then that'll be a whip off the list. So that's the update for tonight / this morning. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. I've been up since 4 a.m. It's fine. We're all fine here. But yeah, so all right. That's my update for tonight. I'll see you in the next clip. Bye. Hey y'all, Danielle here. Today it is November 26th right now. I can't remember what day my first clip was, but regardless, this is all I have accomplished since I recorded that clip. All the hole stitches are done. For this will say, against abortion, don't have one. So all the hole stitches are done, and I have done one strand of back stitch. And yeah, I just despise these words. I don't know what it is. I know in the past I have not gravitated towards designs where backstitch makes the design. So like I'm okay with like a little mouth or a little like I guess like backstitch words where it's all backstitch. I'm okay with like very small amounts of backstitch, but what I don't seem to like is when you have to put the backstitch in for it to make sense. And yeah, I mean, I just didn't stitch for several nights. So it's still sitting here next to me. I want to get this done because literally all I have to do to finish it is put in this back stitch. But this last night when I sat down to stitch, I was like, look, listen, I really want to stitch and I really don't want to stitch on this. So we're going to stitch on something that we want to stitch on. So I had a new start. So this is what I started. I started Dirty Annie's peppermint bark. It's so cute. So I was looking at the called for, and I mean, I think I probably have bamboo from Classic Colorworks, but I didn't have that gentle art and I don't have any Weeks Dye Works. So, and since it didn't provide a excuse me, it didn't provide a DMC conversion, so I got onto 123 Stitch to use their DMC conversion tool. And when I put in the green, the Weeks Dye Works looked very light. Like the Weeks Dye Works didn't look that dark at all. And so when it pulled up the DMC conversion, the DMC did look quite a bit like this, but it didn't look like the Weeks Dye Works at all. And then when I pulled up the red, so like if you see this lighter color in the variegation, in the Gentle Arts pomegranate, I didn't see any of this dark red. I only saw like these lighter shades of red. It is a variegated, like it definitely has some variegation to it, but I didn't see anything this dark. And when I pulled up the conversion for that, oh, it looked nothing like it. It looked like salmony, kind of like a brownish pink. I was like, no, we are not using this DMC conversion. So I was just like, well, we're on our own. So to my Floss Monster rings I went, And I found, hold on, one-handed maneuvering is difficult. So I found all Color and Cotton flosses. We are using Sweet Basil for the green, and we're using a special edition Popcorn for the white, and we are using Ruby for the red. And I think these colors are pretty perfect. Like, yeah, I mean, come on. Look how perfect that is. I think the green is a little lighter than that green, but I think the red is pretty perfect. And I'm okay with the lighter green. So this is what I managed tonight. I got about 250 stitches done. That is the whole bottom. So that's the width of it. And I really wanted to stitch more, but I had to work for like an hour and a half on kitchen and laundry and dining room, like still kind of recouping from Thanksgiving, like cleaning wise. So I had done this much, got up to get food and clean and stuff, and then by the time I got my food and excuse me, ate my food. If I left that in, that's the second yawn. I'm too tired to stitch more. So, but my plan from here, because to do more green would be more counting than I want to do. So like starting about here is the front paw of the dog. And the dog is mostly red and white. So I'm going to start a red strand here and move up, and that's like the middle point of the dog, and it's like the biggest stripe in the dog. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. So that's what I am gonna work on for a little bit. We'll see how long it holds my attention. This might be a short vlog because I kind of want to get it up before December 1st, because I have a weekly box coming. It's not a daily countdown box, but it's a weekly 4-week box from Fangirl Fibers, and it's Gilmore Girl themed. And so I think I'm going to be opening those boxes, or those little packages, on December 1st, December 8th, December 15th, and December 22nd. That would be the logical dates for opening. So I was wanting to like vlog me opening the packages, but I'd like to start like with a fresh vlog, you know? So yeah, this might be short. This might be the last clip you see. I guess not. Maybe I'd try to show you where I got to on this piece before I start opening that. But that is it for this clip, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all. Hey, everybody. Danielle here. So I wanted to come on and show you my progress on Peppermint Bark by Dirty Annie's. So when you saw it in the last clip, I just had the bottom green swirly things, and I've since added all the red that you see, the 2 green stripes in the dog, and it's kind of hard to see, but the white. I don't know what I'm gonna do about there's some like little white things like that, and they're not gonna show up well. So maybe I'll switch them to green, because why bother doing the stitches if you can't see them? I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, so I've added all that since, actually just, well, really today. So it's only been a day since my last clip. It's now the 27th of November. And I realized I forgot to tell y'all the fabric information. I always forget something. So this is a 16 count called Bayou by, I think it's Bayou by Live and Die LA. And yeah, I really like this. This is super cute. The red is maybe a little bit more variegated than I like. That's with a loop start. It just means that I'm going to be conscious to always, so I stitched, you can tell that I stitched these bands up and down. And sometimes, like normally when I'm stitching, I'll just kind of go all over the place. Like I'll be going up and down, and then maybe I decide I want to go side to side. But I think with this variegated is now striping, you know, up and down, I'm going to make sure that all my bands go up and down. But yeah, so I think I've added like 400 stitches today. Pretty good. But the reason I wanted to come on here was to show y'all they came, my little, so this is the packages for my Fangirl fibers. They're hard. It's hard to pick all of them up. Fangirl fibers 4-week advent box that is Stars Hollow themed. Like, y'all, I want to open these so badly. So I was not expecting to have dates given to me. I was expecting to just like start on December 1st, but no. Apparently, if we start on December 3rd, and then the 10th, and then, well, I'm sorry, sheesh, and then the 17th, then we'll get to open the last one on the 24th. So from what I understand, each package is a complete ornament-sized kit. I don't remember the listing that well, but because I think I bought this like in May. But yeah, from what I remember, each package will be, I guess, the fabric and floss and a pattern. I don't think it's a 4-part pattern. I think each package has a pattern and they're all smalls. So, but it's interesting because they feel really different. They don't at all feel consistent. There's something hard in here. I wonder if that's like a needle minder. I don't know if there's any extra goodies in these other than pattern floss fabric. And I picked an even weave box. Yeah, like I feel some hard things, which obviously wouldn't be, you know, necessary for to just stitch. This one has something really hard and thick in it. Like, you can see that it's like raised up, and that's hard. So the only thing that I'm worried about, and then this last one has something like heavy and thick down here at the bottom. So again, like, I don't know, there could be extra goodies in here. I'm assuming there is. So the only thing I'm worried about two things. Here, we'll put this back so you can look at that instead of my leg. So the first thing I'm worried about is, I don't know, the listing I don't believe was clear about flosses, like what flosses we're gonna get. And I worry about that because I bought 2 things from, I don't know if I said it, it's from Fangirl Fibers. And I bought 2 boxes from Fangirl Fibers last year. I bought the regular countdown box, and I bought the Marshmallow World box that Emily did with Michelle Bendy Stitchy. And in the Marshmallow World box, that was all the Fangirl Fibers dyed silk. And the silk is a 2-ply silk that you don't strand. And I didn't really like stitching with it. It was just a little too thick for my preference. So I hope that, I think there might be some silk, but I'm kind of hoping maybe it's predominantly DMC. That's actually why I don't purchase. I think Fangirl Fibers does like amazing themed stuff that I'm really super, super into, but I really restrain myself to purchase from her because I know that I'm not a fan of the silk, and that's a lot of what you're paying for, you know? And then my other concern, and I feel like I should have asked before I bought the box, I think she has worked with a designer that while I really like their patterns aesthetically, I don't like stitching them because there's just way too much backstitch usually. I think, I'm trying to remember the pattern maker's name. I feel like it's Abby Sue Designs. She does a lot of Disney stuff, and I was in a stitch along group of hers where it was like Dogs of Disney, and she's also done a Cats of Disney, and she's done like a lot of princesses, and y'all, she's so heavy on backstitch. All I managed to stitch, Piper, of the Dogs of Disney was Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, and I just didn't enjoy myself. It was so many excuse me, fractional stitches and backstitch, and I regretted life choices. And then I messed up my placement. I went to stitch the next dog, and I messed up my placement so bad that I just decided to cut out Stitch and call him done, and to just abandon the whole, because I just didn't see, after I made that mistake, I just didn't see myself fixing it or modifying it in a way to make it work. So I just cut out Stitch and finished him on a little like bookmark sized board and sent him to my friend. But yeah, so I feel like I should have asked if if that designer was gonna be, I don't know if these are 4 different designers, all the same designer, but I'm scared. So we shall see. I'm gonna start opening those on December 3rd. And so my plan is on the days that I open the package, I'll come on, open the package, and show y'all my week's worth of stitching, and hopefully be doing weekly vlog updates through the month of December. So I'm gonna let you go for this clip. It's still, I've still got nearly a week until I start opening, so I guess I'll probably do one more clip to show you how far I get with this pattern, or if I swap to something else. Y'all be the first to know. So, all right, that's it for now. Bye. Hey, everybody. So I'm doing my last little update clip before I throw this all together to put it on the YouTubes, because in like 24 hours, well, less than that, like 18 hours, I can open my first little package from Fangirl Fibers. So this is how far I've gotten on my little doggy. It's so cute. Like, the dog is almost done, y'all. Look at this. I just have, there is white stitches to put in here. This is solid white along there. A little nose comes off of here. I can't remember if there's some white along there too. But the nose is red, and then white. And then all I have after the dog is done, as you can see, I started on one. I just had like a half strand, and I didn't have any more green except for the words peppermint bark are both green. So this is the B from bark, and then just like some of these little star thingies. Total, I have 495 stitches left. About 350 of those are the words. So the dog and the stars, that's only 150 for the dog and the stars. This pattern has been challenging to me because I really love color completing, but I can't color complete this, like, for a couple reasons. Even though it's Ada, I knew there was going to be a decent amount of counting, so I kind of was like, yeah, let's pick Ada. But like, say I'm doing the red, I don't want to count all the way down here plus over. Like, I'm usually good counting up or down, but I'm not as comfortable counting down and over or up and over. And I don't want to start in the middle of a row, So I have been, and then the other reason I find it challenging to color complete is because, we all know that like white stitches can be kind of messy. So I decided, excuse me, since there was so many of them, I wanted all my white stitches to be like the last stitches, so that I wanted all the green and red stitches in place before I white stitched. So what that meant is that, like, even though I had, these red stitches in, I had to put this band of green in before I could do any of these white stitches. So it's been kind of challenging to, I just can't color complete. And same with the little doodads. Some of them are like floating off so far, like, that I need something in place to count off of, because I just don't want to count off of, and I know it doesn't really matter if they end up in the wrong spot as long as they don't run into anything, but that's my process, y'all. Tonight, while I've been stitching, I've been watching so much Flosstube. I could tell, oh yeah, I forgot to start off by telling you the date. It is December 2nd right now, but it's the middle of the night of the 1st for me, because I haven't been to bed yet. And y'all, I could tell when I opened YouTube yesterday that it was December 1st, because all the holovlogs and Flossmas and what's the other term we're using? Holovlog, Stitchmas, Flossmas. I feel like there's another term with holly in it. Anyway, all the videos had been uploaded. So I'm watching. Who are y'all watching that is doing daily or like weekly compilation videos of their daily openings? So far, the ones that I know of, I am watching Jessie from Mislaid Pages, who, oh my Lanta, Jessie bought like all the advent calendars. And I'm here for it because, of course, I just have my one weekly box. I really restrained myself this year. I bought 4 last year. And I loved it, but I'm trending in the direction of, if I'm going to spend my money, I have to know that I'm going to love, what I'm getting. And that makes buying anything that's a mystery kind of challenging. So but I had to with the Fangirl Fibers because Gilmore Girls. So I just kind of left it at that. Like, I debated on a couple things, but between, like I said, I just kind of want to know where my money's going. And yeah, so I'm here for all of the countdown boxes. Jessie has 9, I think. So Jessie from Mislaid Pages, Heike from Stone Cold Coffee Crafts, Carrie from Tiger Lily Designs, and Christie's Corner Needlework, Dr. Christie from Christie's Corner Needlework. I think those are all of the countdown daily videos / weekly compilation videos that I'm watching this year for the season. And yeah, so I will be opening my first package from Fangirl Fibers once it hits midnight on the 3rd. It's fair. It's midnight. Like, it's the 3rd. So that happens in roughly 18 hours. Although my husband doesn't usually go to bed till like 12:30, so I'll wait for him to go to bed and take care of the dogs, and then I'll sit down and I'll do that like before I start stitching. I'm excited to see what kind of patterns come out of it. It should be 4 different patterns to be 4 small ornaments. I'm super excited. Y'all, I'm gonna take a couple minutes here to talk about like real life. Have any of you ever dealt with a dog or cat going on an SSRI, Prozac or the like? My dog, a 9-year-old terrier mix dog, started Prozac almost 2 weeks ago, and it was fine. So, like, of course, as with all SSRIs and all beings that go on SSRIs, you start with a small dose and build up to the eventual dose that they think that you're going to be on. So he's a small dog. He's only weight limited to 20 milligrams of Prozac, but the vet was like, no. Like, I don't like to use max dose of SSRIs if it's not necessary. So she was thinking she was comfortable with him being on 10 milligrams of Prozac would be the goal. So we started at 5, and it was great. Didn't really notice much effect on him, but as with all SSRIs, it takes like a month before they take full effect. Also, it wasn't the final dosage. We were going to go from 5 to 10. So I was like, we'll see what happens. Like, I think he was a tiny bit more chill and relaxed. But the main reason why we were wanting to use it is to tamp down his like aggression towards the TV. He's so aggressive towards pretty much everything on the TV. It's not just animals. Like, it's sometimes I think it's just motion. Like, there's nothing particularly that should be triggering to him, but like he's just watching the TV and maybe a scene changes or a camera angle changes, and then he's growling and barking. So we did the 5 milligrams for like 10 days. The vet called us and was like, okay, go ahead and go to 10 milligrams. But we still had a half a pill because the pills are 10 milligrams. So to give him 5, we were cutting them in half. And so we still had half a pill. So we gave him the additional half a pill later in the day, as if like giving him, 2 doses 12 hours apart, right? Y'all, he freaked out so bad. Like, he's had episodes where like he kind of spooks and gets all like shaky and weirded out, like certain things just spook him. And so that's what I thought was going on. But then it lasted for like 5 hours. I had to barricade us in the living room using my gates when I want to keep them away from something. Because he wouldn't stay in the living room. He would just like shake and try to hide, and awful. Like, I tried giving him treats. I tried, like he wouldn't get up on the couch with me. Like, I was just trying to like pet him and be like, it's okay. There were some things that I thought, because he kept kind of staring at things. Like, I had just put up some Christmas lights in the house, and he has had like some light sensitivity in the past. So I turned off all the lights, like the new lights. I turned on all the lights in the house so there wouldn't be shadows. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. And I didn't feel like I could leave him down here in the condition he was in to go to bed. So, because he won't sleep in the bedroom anymore. For almost a whole year now, he just is like, no, I don't want to be up there. Like, I want to be downstairs. So I didn't feel like I could leave him in that condition. So I ended up having to kind of like doze on the couch until 9 o'clock in the morning when I felt like he was finally calm. And then I went to bed. So I was like, if the Prozac factored into him like freaking out like that, I was like, there's no way we're going straight to 10 milligrams. Like, he needs to build that 10 milligram dosage into his system. So I was like, we're going to keep splitting the dose. 5 milligrams in the morning, 5 milligrams at night. So last night wasn't as bad, but he still, around the same time of the night, started acting spooked and scared and following me around and not wanting to be in the living room. I don't know what he has against the living room when he gets freaked out, but he doesn't want to be in the living room. He either wants to be outside, completely out of the house, or he tries to like hide in the kitchen, laundry room area. But he was mostly like, if I was sitting down, then he could be calm. So then the next day was last night, like, about, when I say yesterday, I'm meaning approximately 12 hours ago. He started also kind of acting a little like, not quite as bad, but just like very insecure, very like needs to be right on top of you, like not, again, like leaving the living room. So we did their dinner, and then we did playtime, which is normal routine, and I was hoping that the playtime would kind of distract him and work out that nervous energy, and it did. He calmed down after playtime. But then as soon as my husband went to bed, he just went straight back into being kind of shaky, not wanting to get on the couch, not wanting to be in the living room, being freaked out by the Christmas tree. So, like, the Christmas tree rotates. It's slow, but if I pause this here for a second, you can see it. It rotates, and because it rotates, it kind of emits I don't know if any of that noise came through, but there's like a mechanical noise about it, and also some of the ornaments, just because they're like a little swayy, they kind of like brush against the branches. But it's quiet, and the tree's been up for a week and a half, but he was like being freaked out by the tree. So I barricaded us in the living room again, but then my husband was like, well, maybe he'll sleep in the bedroom, because we've noticed that, like, he does sometimes want to come up to the bedroom with us, but he typically still doesn't really want to stay there. Like, he'll nap for a little while, but then he wants to come back down. So, but now we haven't tried it since he's been on the anti-inflammatory, and since now he's on the Prozac. And since he's been on the anti-inflammatory, he's been much more comfortable at night, much more restful. So I was like, okay, well, I'll try. Like, if I can get rid of him so that I'm not dealing with him, I will try it. So I took him up there, got him under his blankie, me and Piper, because she never leaves my side. We came back downstairs. First of all, I didn't think I'd be able to make it out of the room, because normally, he's like, nope, I'm not staying here if you're not going to be here. But I made it out of the room, and then I made it down the stairs, and then I didn't even start stitching, because I was like, I'm sure as soon as I start stitching, I'll hear him jump off the bed and have to go get him. But, y'all, he's been up there for 5 hours. And I'm like, is this like, can I reclaim my nighttime? Like, he has not slept in the bedroom all night since, like, it's been almost a year. He stopped doing it like in January, sometime in the middle, because Christmas was already torn down. So sometime after the middle of January, but before like the first week of February. Because I remember when he stopped sleeping in the bedroom, I called the vet, and I was like, that's a very drastic, behavior change. So we need to, check him out. And y'all, he's been up there for 5 hours. So I'm like, okay. So I'm hoping that him being scared, spooked, whatever, will like even out, because it takes a little while, for dosage changes, adjustments. But I'm really hopeful, because so far I think the TV has been better since he went to the 10 milligrams. Like, I deliberately put on a penguin documentary, and he only like growled at it once, and it was like super soft. And then there was a dog on the TV last night, and he did growl loudly, but he didn't like charge. So normally, here's the TV setup, yeah? Normally he charges the fireplace to bark at the TV. And he didn't do that. He just growled loudly and then stopped. So, but yeah, if you have any experience with dogs or cats on SSRIs, please let me know. Because I'm struggling, and I'm hoping it's going to get better. I'm hoping we don't have to back him off of the 10 milligrams, because I think that it's going to be helpful. So, yeah, all right, that is it. Sorry, that was like a 10-minute conversation about my dog. I didn't think it was going to be that long. But, all right, I'm going to let everybody go. I'm going to put all these clips together, make the YouTube video. And the next time you see me, I'll be opening my Fangirl Fibers Gilmore Girls box or packages. Thank you to everybody who is returning, and thank you to everybody who is new here. Thank y'all for liking, commenting, subscribing, all of that good stuff, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye!